remember. Good enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Good enough I can remember. Good enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Music Monday on this Monday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones. What I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday, which is what this is, man. So sign up for that sold out Discord. Link should have been at the top of the chat, and it's free to sign up. Look like I probably pinned the wrong one, but I'm gonna fix it real quick because I just now caught this right here. But now, yeah, Discord link should be at the top, free to sign up. Of course, where we continue that sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it. You guys let me know if visual and audio is okay. It's looking good from my actual YouTube page, but the actual program that I'm using to keep it 100, it's not showing me the visuals that I'm normally used to seeing, but we gonna make the party go anyway. I'm gonna keep the party going because I see that it still went and did what it's supposed to do on my YouTube. So as y'all coming and out, y'all definitely smash that like button. It really goes a long way, man. So pretty much tonight's topic though, man, I want to pretty much make sure I'm covering this to the best of my ability because to be honest, there's a lot of things going on and I want to make sure that, I try to cover it to a certain extent, but pretty much Irv Gotti has passed away, right? Okay, so we're going to be talking about that tonight as well. I want to say this while we're on the RIP train, and I'm not trying to be say anything negative or be the oddball or anything like that, but while we're at it, so we're going to say RIP to Irv Gotti. He's done a lot for the music industry. We also got to say another RIP to Tyga's mother. So pretty much she's passed away, so he's done a tribute to her. I know what it's like to go through that, so I can only imagine what he's probably feeling, right? So RIP to Tyga's mother as well. And then another person that we seen that I want to do like a pass away to, because we're going to be talking Pop Smoke tonight as well. I want to say RIP to that as well. And then I did not want to forget this one too. Biggie Small's mother has been reported passed away as well. She died at age 78, so I want to say RIP to all of them, man. Definitely, if you're gone but never forgotten, man. Because I mean, think about it. She came out with one of the most best, arguably considered one of the most best rappers of all time. You know what I mean? So we got to give credit where credit is due. But again, we're going to be talking Irv Gotti's death. We're going to be talking PNB, aka Party Next Door, and Drake's collaborative album Sexy Songs Forever, or Sexy Songs For You. Pretty much, we're going to be talking the first week numbers. Clearly didn't push what Kendrick has done, but I mean, at the same time, these aren't bad numbers at all, right? Okay, so we're going to be talking the numbers on that, and then we're going to do an update on Diddy. Pretty much, he claims the police raids at his homes were unconstitutional, and one of his lawyers, I believe, dropped. They actually asked to be dismissed. So that's the fancy way, and I know this because I've had this happen to me. Actually, I've had 2 different attorneys dismiss on me, meaning they quit on you and you don't get your money back. I know personally, right? So we're going to be talking about that tonight, give a little update on Diddy, see what's going on. And also we will be talking about, where we at real quick, we will also be talking Young Thug. We'll transition to there, pretty much how he is trying to basically get his belongings that were seized. He wants to get it back, and I can't blame him on that one. But at the same time, this one is a tricky one, and I've always wondered this question time and time again. Like, if a person goes through, say you get, how should I put it? Say you get locked up and you pay bail, right? I'm gonna use this for an example. I ask this all the time. If you pay bail and you beat the case or you take a plea deal, do you get the money back? Majority of the people say no. So say Young Thug beats the case and all the charges were dropped. Does he get everything they take back? This and a third. So I've heard mixed answers. Most people say no. Most people just chunk it up as an L and just go work harder and get it all back. And then some people say you can, but it's a process. So it looks like, in my opinion, it looks like Thug is going through the process, which I can't blame him. Which, if you think about it, he settled out of court and took a plea deal. What was this? I want to say last year? Right? Okay. Or right, pretty much where the case pretty much got it, the guys beat the case. But it's my thing. He hasn't dropped. Is it just me? I heard him rap on Lil Baby's song, but at the same time, we didn't get a first day out. We didn't get no nothing. We've seen images and Thug being in Atlanta but can't be there but 2 days and stuff like that. It's a tricky situation. So I do want to give an update on Young Thug the best I can. And then even though we have reported that one of Pop Smoke's killers, they actually got to go home after doing so many times because they were a minor. But there isn't a defendant that gets 29 years. So we're going to be talking about that. So that's going to be the main topics tonight. So y'all smash that like button as y'all coming out. I think I'm going to start with Irv Gotti, and then we will transition into Diddy. And then we will transition into Young Thug and then Pop Smoke. And we'll close out with Drake and Party Next Door numbers. Mainly because we already covered that last week. So I don't want to just beat a dead horse, so to speak. No pun intended at all. It is what it is. Y'all know I'm a big Drake fan. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm biased on it. I seen Kendrick numbers as well this week. So we'll see how it goes. Looks like we got Manny with the kicks in the building. Says, What's Gucci sold out family? What up, Manny? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man. So let's talk Irv Gotti now. Case in point, another person's name that's kind of been floating around, and I guess these like streets, right, is pretty much Fifth and the whole BMF situation. And keep in mind that Fifth also beefed with Irv Gotti and Ja Rule. I guess it seems like it's an doubtable, endless beef. Even after Irv passed away, 50 could have just not said anything, but he still had to do what he had to do. And I'm not gonna repeat that, man. I'm not gonna say I support it or anything like that, but it's one of those. Sometimes you gotta have respect for your ops, even when they don't probably deserve it. Because rumors is, and I don't know if this is true. So this whole live is a legend and opinionated base. Everything I'm saying is legend and opinionated base. But one of the reasons why they say Fifth don't let up is because story goes, right, and I don't know because I wasn't there, but it says 50 got shot 9 times. I've been hearing behind the scenes that the person that we got up on the screen, which I haven't shared my screen yet, but I've been hearing that Irv Gotti may or may not have had something to do with that, right? Okay. So, and even if he didn't, he still kind of hinted at it certain ways and stuff like that. So, I mean, do you really, if somebody tried to take you out and then they end up going before you, are you supposed to feel sorry for them? Just a question, food for thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you supposed to feel sorry for them if somebody wants to see your downfall, but they fall before you? Just food for thought, man. But anyway, let's share my screen here. Give me like 2 seconds. We're gonna start with the Irv Gotti situation. Then we'll move to the Diddy situation, and then Young Thug, Pop Smoke, and then we'll close out with Drake and Party Next Door. As y'all coming in and out, y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. It really goes a long way. And of course, the kid definitely appreciate it, man. So give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna share my screen here. Boom, you guys should be sharing my screen right here. And we will start with this Irv Gotti situation. So again, everything should be looking good. Visual and audio everything is okay. Looks like it's still going through, but the feed is not how I want it to be. But here we go right here, man. It says Irv Gotti died after suffering a massive, and we got this heroic stroke, brother says. So this is from Irv Gotti's brother who said this, which I didn't know he had a brother, but I guess we're going to learn that tonight as well. Again, RIP to Irv, man. He is reportedly is one of the people that helped get DMX on the level where he's supposed to be. He's done a lot of great executive producing, right? And a lot of people don't consider that a form of producing, but it is what it is. It says Irv Gotti was eating Chinese food and playing poker with his friends when he suffered a stroke. Sheesh, so he was pushing through it even though he probably wasn't feeling his best, if I had to guess. Bars, not trying to really rhyme there. But it says, Irv Gotti's brother, Chris, has claimed that his sibling suffered a massive stroke and never visited a doctor, which caused him to untimely death. Says, during an appearance on the Two-Way podcast, Chris reflected on his late brother who passed away earlier this month. According to Gotti, Irv suffered a hemographic, or I'm not even sure how to pronounce that, stroke while eating Chinese and playing poker with his friends. So pretty much he was living his best life, probably not feeling the best. Now I know y'all remember rumors was people saying they seen him walking around on a cane. Now I don't know how true that is or is not, but I mean, it kind of makes you think about it. Case in point why I brought it up. It says, Irv had several health issues but rarely went to visit a doctor, Chris revealed. It says that when we talked about this topic, I watched him suffer the last 3 years of his life, so it's about quality of life. Lorenzo said of his brother's health issues, we all have to go at one point in time, and we just really want to go on our own terms. And Irv, sadly enough, he did go on his own terms. I mean, I get what his brother's saying. If this is his brother and this is indeed that guy, but I get it, right? So reality is, that's kind of like my thoughts, So when my time is my time, I don't want all the extra, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't save me if you don't. I mean, you got to make your best judgment, but I get him too. Like, man, F it, man. I'm just going to be me, and it is what, if it's my time, it's my time. So some people just like to go of natural causes and call it a day. It says Gotti was 54 years old when he died earlier this month. It says the Gotti family released a statement confirming Irv Gotti's death, or Irv's death. writing that he's leaving behind a legacy that will forever resonate in his hearts of those who knew him and his countless lives touch. So pretty much you're letting them know that pretty much, hey man, he's definitely done some great things. It says the funeral service for Irv Gotti took place at the Greater Allen AME Cathedral of New York, and he was attended by Ja Rule, Fat Joe, Ashanti Lloyd, Charlie Baltimore, Hype Williams, Angie Martinez, and others. Ja Rule actually took the podium during the service and honored his late friend. I mean, he kind of had it. Well, he didn't have to because some people just can't speak. But what I like about this, Ja keep his business to himself, dog. He ain't go mainstream or all on the internet or none of that. He just doing what he got to do. And that's kind of like my mindset with certain things too. When I lose somebody close to me, man, if you really don't know or you don't want all the extra, like 2 cents, 3 cents to people that didn't even know, sometimes it's best to keep some things off the internet. And that's what I've been trying to do, man. And I respect Ja Rule for that. You know what I'm saying? And you see who people pulled up. I'm not saying other people didn't care or anything like that, but all these people pulled up because think about it. We know he's responsible for, he definitely got Ja Rule on the map. He definitely got Ashanti on the map. He definitely got Lloyd on the map. You know what I'm saying? Lloyd should be a bigger R&B artist than what he is. I'm not saying he's not, but I'm saying he could definitely be more. Charlie Baltimore, I heard her rap, but at the same time, and she came up on the big, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of one of those, I had to just have to do the research on her, so to speak. But let's see, it says, Herb is my brother, said Ja. It's the biggest honor you can give someone who is not your blood brother to say they're your brother. We started this journey together a long time ago. This man changed my life. He continued, I just want to say, Herb, I love you. Everyone in this room loves you. You touched everybody in your own way. I know everyone has their moments of that with him, so we are all here to celebration of his life because it will live on forever. I love you, my brother. See you when I get there. So Ja Rule's kind of, doubling down like this would come with the game of life. So RP to Irv, man. Gone for not forgotten for sure, man. So pretty much this is what his brother put out there. And I'm not going to read over the same kind of thing right here. There's probably a thing, but I had seen it flown around and said he passed away on some Chinese food. So, I mean, I ain't going to say that. They didn't say that was the cause. So it could have just been other things. He just was eating and chilling, living his best life. You know what I'm saying? So let's transition to this Diddy joint real quick because I'm trying to make sure I only be on this joint for an hour. And I think the Diddy cases and stuff, there's so many updates that's going on with this. So one, Diddy claims that the raids at his homes were unconstitutional and one of his lawyers have actually quit. So I want to talk about his lawyer quitting real quick, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll transition on to the raids that they're saying unconditional. So this Diddy case is going to be a very interesting. I'm very curious how it ends up. And this is my thing. Me and some family members and some other ones have talked about this. Even in the Sold Out Discord, shameless plug with the Goodfellas. It's not looking good for Diddy, but at the same time, I'm not going to count him out. You just never know. But I know he's spending a lot of bread, man. And or he's going to owe a lot of bread when he get out. Like, just in case, like, Thug, he moving how he's supposed to move, And Diddy probably going to move accordingly, too, because this is a different situation, man. This is, you've been locked down doing time for at least, like, what? He got locked down before the wintertime hit, really, Because think about it. He couldn't get bail on Thanksgiving, So he missed Thanksgiving, Christmas, and now we rolling into the next year. We're about to go into the third month, man. And I know what we all say. We say, like, hey, time sure does fly by fast, right? But I guarantee his time and our time is totally two different things. Look like we got official Wild Boy SK in the building. He says, let's see. Yep, what up with y'all? That's young boy Wild K, SK, my bad. Official Wild Boy SK, my bad, homie. He says, thank God it's Monday, says, and then we got Man with the Kick says, salute Wild Boy. Monday's almost over with, man. I say Wednesday's always my favorite day of the week, because it's like you make it through that, you can finish out the rest of the week strong. I get motivated on Wednesday. I'll say that. But yeah, let me get to this Diddy topic real quick, and then we will go on from there. It says Diddy dumped by lawyer months before ex Raffican case or ex Raffican trial. And I'm saying it on purpose for YouTube purposes because I know how they get. Says Diddy is down one lawyer in his federal racketeering and ex Afrin case. Anthony Rico has petitioned the judge to leave the Bad Boy head legal team. On February 21st, Rico, who has been with Diddy since the case beginning alongside Mark and Alefino and Tini Guerreros, Jason Disco, Anna Maria, all these names, and Alexandria Sharpo have since come aboard as well. Since a letter to the judge, Aaron Schumer is requesting to lead a case. Now, this doesn't mean that Diddy is guilty, and this doesn't mean that people think he thinks he's guilty, but this is my thing. Diddy's got a lot of lawyers trying to get a team together to do what they can do to work this through. And so he may have, it could be something as simple. He just disagreed with one of them or something like that, and they couldn't get along. That doesn't mean that they're like, that Diddy's guilty. I want to throw that out there. Wild Boy SK says Mondays better than Fridays. I mean, it just depends on what you schedule and what you do, so I respect it. It says, although I have provided Sean Combs with the highest level of legal representation expected by the court, under no circumstance can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs, Rico wrote. He says, Rico did not make his reasons public, citing attorney-client privilege. Exactly. That's one of those, even if an attorney quits on you. I've had an attorney quit on me before the trial start. Meaning, right, so we were already scheduled to go to trial. They were giving me a hard time the day before, and I'm like, yo, I don't have it. I did X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? I know like, it didn't feel like they was on my side anyway. But anyway, we get there. The person asked to withdraw after taking my money like maybe a few months ago, right? And then they were pretty much texting me. Like, I'm telling you, I've had a decent attorney, and I still didn't win. But I had some pretty crappy attorneys, dog. And I honestly felt some type of way. Like, but you know, it is what it is. Keep the money. You know what I'm saying? I stay, focused, and it is what it is. Because if you do somebody wrong, I also believe in karma. So it will come back. Maybe not now, maybe not next week, next year, no nothing, but it'll come back. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is this: if you couldn't help me, you shouldn't have took my money and took the case to begin with. You know what I'm saying? We went to court like all of total like 2 times, and you were already tapping out. That ain't on me, you know? But they use that to make a quick buck. You know what I'm saying? It's how I feel. And I'm not going to say who, what, this, and the third. And I'm not saying this is this situation right here. But obviously, a lot is going on a joint. You know what I'm saying? So we'll just leave it at that. So obviously, they felt some type of way. And, whether they got along with the joint or not, who knows? You know what I'm saying? So we shall see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, where we at real quick, it says Rico did not make his reason public, citing that the attorney/client privilege. However, TMZ is reporting that Rico's exit is related to a difference in legal strategies, specifically when it comes to the charge of ex-Raffican. Earlier this week, Sharpo, Affinio, and these are a lot of names say were missing from the signatory. So they all didn't sign. So pretty much it was just him. He put all the attorneys' names on there, but they didn't sign on it. It says, filed a motion to dismiss the charge, calling it racist. So pretty much, even though these guys, they filled out a document saying they were saying it's racist, this guy would never agree with certain things. It says, in addition, TMZ claims that Rico wanted more time before the trial, currently scheduled to begin May 5th. While, Finio disagreed, Hip Hop DX has reached out to Diddy's representatives for comment on Anthony Rico's departure. Diddy's motion to dismiss the case charge filed on Tuesday, February 18th, focuses on the charge of the transportation to engage in prostitution, one of the 3 counts in the indictment, along with ex-Raffican and racketeering. So he still got a lot to go through. And then racketeering is so vague as far as pretty much what they go through. So we shall see how this goes for sure. And I'm very interested on how this all will come about, because reality is we will know for sure if, like any of this pretty much goes down. So pretty much it says, it claims that there has never been a similar prostitution under the Mann Act, and no white personnel has ever been targeted with this law, which has been in place for over 100 years and has designed to prohibit the transportation of women for sex. This is my thing with prostitution, and I don't want to sound like a hater or anything like that. This is my thing, dog. Prostitution is very vague. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I feel like prostitution is like, and I'm gonna Google what prostitution is. I'm gonna put myself on a main screen. I want to Google the definition of prostitution real quick because I'm just very curious what considered be prostitution, right? So I'm gonna put myself back on the main screen, but I want to Google what's considered prostitution. Or what it is, like prostitution, right? You know what I'm saying? I want to Google what it actually is. Prostitute definition, but I'm gonna change it to ION in here. Give me like 1 second, and then I'll put myself back on the main screen. But I want to read it what it is because this is my thing, dog. If you're dating somebody or been with a chick, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to spend some bread on her, no matter how you slice and dice it, dog. So this my thing. Like, I know that you're going to have to spend, like, what chick you dating, you don't spend money on her. But at the same time, if she's spending money back on you, that's all fair too. So I'm sharing my screen right here. So this is the definition of prostitution. It says the practice or occupation of engaging in, you know what, activities with someone for payment. This is my thing. Payment could be in so many things, right? You go out on a date, what's happening? You gonna pay. Like, let me put it this way. If you take a girl out on a date, buy something to eat, and y'all go home, chill, y'all know what, and then you give her some gas money on the way out so she can get home, or he can get home, and or you just put a few dollars in her pocket to get herself something nice. That's still paying, that can be considered a form of prostitution. The term is too vague. You know what I mean? The thing is, let's just keep it 100. I could think of several other people where they're dating somebody, like there's some older gentlemen dating somebody like 23, 24-year-olds right now. I'm not going to say no names, but I've heard of some people doing this. You think those women around there with them because they really love him, or they there because they know he got the financial need to take? If they go ahead and take care of him, you think he gonna take care of them back in return? That's the same concept. You know what I mean? And that's just where I want to leave it at that with there. Like, I don't want it to make it seem like I'm hating or nothing, but I'm saying that pretty much you know how a game go. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to chicks where I didn't want to spend a dime on, and they were like, yo, pretty much they didn't stick around either. Like, yo, you gonna give me some or else? You know what I'm saying? It was always a gray area, but it wasn't mean that I'm doing prostitution or that's what she wanted was prostitution. It's just one of those, I really didn't want to spend the bag, But yeah, let me get back to the main article real quick, but I just wanted to look up the definition of prostitution just to see what it is up under the quote-unquote law, and I'm pretty sure each state has their own rules and how they handle situations, right? But let me share my screen again. Boom, you guys should be seeing my screen. Again, my setup is slightly jacked up, but it still should be working here. But it says, the filing claims that Diddy is the victim of racism from the government, saying Mr. Combs has been singled out because he is a powerful black man and he is being prosecuted for the conduct that regularly goes unpunished. So pretty much this is what the attorneys are putting out there. I don't know how true and or not true this is, but again, it's kind of one of those, you got to call it for what it is. It may be true, maybe not. So again, all alleged and opinionated base, don't quote the kid on this. So let me read through the rest of the article real quick. It says, it adds, what was racist in the interpretation has often been racist in its operation. The filing also reiterates that the defense argument that all actual activities involving Diddy and others were consensual. So from what I've been hearing, they've been watching the videos, right? And they said it looked like everybody that wanted to be there, everybody that was there wanted to be there. Nobody felt like they were forced or out of the norm. But see, this is the thing. They're not saying that. They're saying these people are under the influence. But this is my thing, dog. This could be easily and I'm just going to say, example, you kicking it with a chick. Okay, cool. Let's paint a whole scenario, right? Say you meet up with a chick. Y'all hit it off. You at the bar. She's having drinks. You're having drinks. You say, you know what? Hey, you trying to kick? Hey, let me put it this way. You know what? This is the thing. I'm gonna put it back. So cool. You meet a chick at the bar. Y'all both having drinks. Shorty already don't had a bill, ran up a tab. You finish eating. She finished eating. You be like, hey yo, you know the vibe is right. Say y'all vibing right. You agree to pay for the meal, and then you be like, hey, it's on me. You trying to come back to the crib and kick it and check out a movie or something, and then you go back to the crib and y'all have a bottle, some more drinks, right? We're not even gonna use it. We just putting a regular substance in there. So you get some more drinks, y'all watch a movie, and then, point A to point B, I should say D, pause, happens. And then pretty much she be like, dang, you just drove me here. I left my car in a joint. So you give her some money to get back to her whip, and you throw her a few extra dollars for some gas money, and like you want to see her again. You be like, you know what? Buy yourself a new bag or something, and I want to see that next time I see you. What is that? Right? To me, I call it simping, right? But that could easily be the form of pretty much prostitution. But to be honest, this is kind of what the norm I've seen to be, If she wants to be, like I think, if the chick, she could easily take the money off and all the awesome stuff that he just offered her, take it and run off, right? But if she keeps coming back and we got some regulars, then that's something that you got to look at if you ask me. If you got regulars coming back, you know what I'm saying? I'll put it this way, if you handle business more than one time and they kept coming back, I mean, seems like everybody's in a happy moment. Let's see real quick. It says the argument that we read that part. It says the government has coacted that a criminal case has been primarily on the allegations that Mr. Combs and two of his longtime girlfriends sometimes brought a third party, a male escort, into their relationship. Now, they did say the S word in here. I'm not going to say it. It says, it also repeats that the federal prosecutors have been leaking information about the case to the media. The government's handling of the case demonstrates bias, and it is gone out of its way to humiliate Mr. Combs and the prejudice that the juror pool with publicity that plays a racist tropes. It has leaked damaging and oftentimes false materials to the press. Says this prosecution has yet to respond to Diddy's motion to dismiss the charge or the allegations of racism. So we'll see how it goes right here. So this is pretty much basically off of the judges basically saying they want to dismiss the case because of racism, and one of his attorneys has quit. And then it says Diddy claims the police raids of his homes were unconstitutional. So just wanted to cover this one real quick, and then we're going to transition on to Young Thug, and then we'll look at Drake's numbers them to close out, or we'll look at Pop Smoke update, and then we will talk Drake on the way out. Hopefully I'm making good time on this joint. It says Diddy and his legal team has taken a highly publicized raids undertook by Homeland Security last year. In a new court motion, the embattled music mogul claims that the raids of his properties in Miami, Los Angeles are unconstitutional. It says the filing states that the warrants used to secure the raids on the two properties were overboard and included his iCloud account, mobile phones, and hotel rooms. The filing claims that the warrant applications presented are grossly distorted pictures of reality, is what I'm gotten from that one. It says, and excluded facts that has been favorable to Diddy. It says, the motion, which is heavily redacted, does not reveal which evidence was allegedly excluded from the warrants, but the applications deliberately excluded information that overseeing the judge should have seen, specifically about witness Diddy team claims was fabricating evidence. The filing states that the government got the warrants leaked, damaging information, and then executed its military-style raids at Combs' residence. Here, rather than giving the reviewing mystery affair summary, the government hid evidence to blaster its case. So they're claiming they hid evidence, and now they want this thrown out, which is always, all attorneys, if they can get it thrown out, it's kind of one of those things that could work in their favor. Even though they'll probably pick the case back up again like they did Boosie and do it all over again. Says prosecutors also accused of engaging in systematic deception in order to obtain the warrants. The motion states that the evidence for the warrants came from a person only referred to as a producer one who made allegations against Diddy that were never credible. So they're saying the evidence and stuff is not credible. It's also claimed that producer one is not set to testify against Diddy in his upcoming trafficking trial, which I'm assuming that's a dude that worked on his latest album before it, that recently dropped. I remember he said that he came out, he wasn't paid, none of that, this and the third. It says the filing also repeats that Diddy's defense that victim one, who is known to be his ex-girlfriend Cassie, was voluntary participant in all actual activities with the currently incarcerated record label boss. So what they're saying, she agreed, she was comfortable with doing this, but that don't mean she was comfortable, but maybe she felt like she had no choice. So keep in mind, he went on and paid her out, Diddy wants all evidence obtained through the raids on his property via the warrant to be suppressed or for the judge to hold a hearing to discuss how the government obtained the warrants. So, that's probably most likely where it's going to happen, which is going to cost more money. The prosecution has not responded to the filing, but will give a formal reply through court papers. Diddy has pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, ex-trafficking, and, of course, prostitution charges. He has been held in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn since his arrest last September, despite numerous attempts to secure his release on bail. I think they should give him bail. He's innocent until proven guilty. That should be the thing, right? And I'm going to leave it right there. Let's transition on to Young Thug real quick. Says Young Thug wants $149K in cash, jewelry, and luxury cars seized in YSL raid returned. Thug was released on probation after May 2022 arrest as part of the sweeping gang indictment. So it says Young Thug is requesting the return of his cars, cash, and jewelry seized during the YSL raid. WSBT Atlanta reports that the rapper's attorney is seeking to return of items seized during his May 2022 arrest, including a 2022 Chevrolet Corvette, a 2022 Porsche 911, and it says 2 Mercedes-Benz AMG GTs, expensive jewelry, firearms, and $149,426,000 in cash. So if he's a convicted felon, which I think he was already that to begin with before this case, is he supposed to have the guns is my question. I'm going to leave it right there, food for thought. It says, as a silver hearing regarding this matter was scheduled to take place Friday, February 21st, but was canceled, according to the judge staff. Back in December, following the verdicts of the 2 YSL RICO cases defendants, Young Thug's father, Jeffrey Williams Sr., spoke about his son's situation, saying that he did what he felt like he wanted to do by taking a plea deal and led to his release in October. Think about it. Thug's been out in October, and all we've heard is from a feature from Lil Baby. So either he's working on one of the greatest music comebacks of all time, or he just needing a break from life. Says, he's doing great, honestly, said Williams about Young Thug. We're still fighting. It's not over for us. So they're still trying to get some stuff back and clean some things up from what I get from it. Says, then Williams turned his attention to the Fulton County DA office, saying that it's a piece of ish. Says, we got to get those people out of there. If we want to continue to have a justice, we've got to get them out of there, all right? He says, following a release from the prison, Drake allegedly gave Young Thug $1 million to help with his transition back into civilian life. But this is my thing, right? I don't know if that's true or not, but even if he did give him $1 million, I'd assume, Thug had to move. Movement's expensive. He didn't just move anywhere. I think it relocated to Cali, but don't quote me on that. Had to move. His attorney, most likely, he got to throw him some extra chips because I know his attorney can't be cheap. You know what I'm saying? And, just certain lifestyle that he got to live now, going to be interesting. DJ Academics announced on the news that he heard while talking to his supporters on the live stream on November. Y'all want to hear this play I heard, said Academics? Watch. He's going to hit me up like, yo, you heard? Because he ain't tell me. That's my man's. When Thugs gets let out of jail, the talk is they say 2 hours afterwards, Drake flew to Thug and allegedly gave him a milli. Drake did tell me this. Drake hit me up and be like, bro, who told you this. So we don't know if it is true, but it's coming from DJ Academics, and for whatever reason, DJ Academics has become like a credible source, right? Okay. So again, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating because I got to give credit where credit is due because I do look at a lot of academic stuff too. So he's come a long way. Young Thug trying to get cash, jewelry, cars seized during this. So we just kind of covered that. Let's transition on to the Pop Smoke murder update, and we'll talk Drake and Party Next Door numbers for the first week to wrap things up here. I'm gonna be on this joint for like roughly another 15. So it says Pop Smoke murder defendant gets 29 years, apologizes to rapper's family. I take responsibility. 24-year-old Corey Walker accepted a plea deal earlier this month. So he pretty much knew he wasn't going to beat it, and or if he thought he was going to fight it. Murder case, and let me clarify this too. Murder cases and stuff are way more expensive than other cases. All cases are expensive, right? My case I had, all the cases I had were super expensive, but I have been told directly from an attorney and from a non-attorney, like in those cases, like you need $100K. If you ain't got $100K, you ain't no point. And let me clarify this: you may not have to give it all up at one time, but with all the stuff they have to do and what they're trying to do and get you off and find loopholes, this and the third. From what I got from it, if you only spend $100K, you should be thankful. So, and that's a lot, you know. Let's see. Corey Walker, 24-year-old, has been sentenced to 29 years in prison for his role in the 2020 killing of Pop Smoke in Los Angeles. Now, I do remember hearing when this was reported. It says, as reported by Rolling Stone, Walker apologized to the rapper's family during the sentencing. Walker's pleaded guilty to the voluntary manslaughter and home invasion robbery with gun and gang where we at? Enhancements as a part of the plea deal earlier this month. He says he was the only adult charged in the case and expressed remorse. So all the rest of them were pretty much teenagers, and they're going to get a different type of setup if you ask me, right? Okay, so that's just going to go how it goes, right? So anyway, says he pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter and home invasion robbery with gun and a gang enhancements. So in voluntary manslaughter means he didn't mean to. So basically he's saying manslaughter, right? It's unintentional death, meaning he's saying he shot him and he did take him out, but he wasn't trying. Honestly, from what I get from it, right? He was just trying to rob the guy and get on, and then one thing led to another. Then he shot him and accidentally killed him. That's what that is. Doesn't mean you don't do time, right? Because I know already that's already looking at 15 years plus whatever home invasion and robbery with the gun and gang enhancements. I'm assuming that's going to carry on an additional year. So that's how that 29 probably added up. And keep in mind, this is from state to state. So I think manslaughter is minimum 2 years. I had a family member that did manslaughter, and they got 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Which is probably the best they could hope for. Where we at real quick? It says, where we at? He was the only one charged in that. Read that one real quick. It says in the Pop Smoke, he says, express remorse February 19th when Pop Smoke was pistol whipped and shot 3 times by Walker and 3 others. So that's my thing. Y'all shot him 3 times. Y'all could have just went on and pistol whip him and got on about it. But anyway, even though the Jackson family isn't here in court, I would like to sincerely apologize for my unforgivable actions. Although there's no apology that amounts to taking someone's life, Walker said as a sentencing on February 21st. I would also like to take this opportunity to apologize to my family for pain and embarrassment that have endured on our last 5 years, as well as the apology of the community. Walker thanked his defense lawyers, Kellen Davis and Dion Benjamin, says, who got the murder charge he was facing dropped in place of manslaughter charge. So that's my thing. Murder obviously got way more time. Manslaughter, unintentional death, meaning somebody died, but that wasn't the intentions. He was originally facing a sentence of life without the possibility of parole. But 29 years, and he's what, 19? He was 19 at the time, so that means he's what, 24-ish, give or take. So he's still finna come out At, if you put that time there, 24, so 34, 44, he's gonna come out at 44 years old. Not bad, but you're gonna miss a lot of decades. But I also have some family members that serve time as well. Hell, they be knowing a lot more that's going on the outside than me sometimes, It'd be crazy. So today, I take full responsibility for my dreadful undertake of these crimes. And as I'm begin my road to rehabilitation, I assure you that I will steer clear from negative behavior, Walker added. During the hearing that saw Walker enter his plea deal this month, he said that he and the 17-year-old accomplice visited the Airbnb property where Pop Smoke was staying prior to the home invasion and murder. He and the three others charged in the case returned with ski mask, 9mm firearm, and a different vehicle. Walker was 19 at the time of the shooting, while the other defendants were 15, 16, and 17. Sheesh. At the time. So Walker was not the one who pulled the trigger and said he only learned of the shooting after the three accomplices returned to the vehicle and he was waiting in. So he was the getaway driver, but he's probably getting the max. But and it's the thing, he's guilty by association. This is no different than, say, you and three other people rob a bank, but you the getaway driver. When all three of y'all get caught, or if y'all get caught, that getaway driver gonna get the same amount of time, or if they take a deal, they may get less. But you're not, just because you wasn't the person that physically did the robbing, you're still just as guilty as the rest of them in the law eyes, So pretty much he said he didn't know that this actually went down. So he was the one who, he says the 15-year-old was allegedly the one who pulled the trigger. Wow, that's crazy. It says 3 juvenile defendants reportedly ambushed Pop Smoke while he was in the shower. He allegedly instructed the 3 others not to fire the weapon he provided one of them with, and so he's still guilty because he's the guy that gave him the weapon. You know what I'm saying? Said that he should use a flower vase rather than an open fire. Says it was only after the robbers exited the house and re-entered the vehicle that Walker learned that the shooting Red and Colin Ford, he says in his response. So he said he didn't know. It says to pay tribute to the Brooklyn rapper, who was tragically murdered in Los Angeles 5 years ago. This week, Complex decided to dig into the vault and pull out any Pop Smoke related material. We discovered interviews with several people who offered valuable insight into Pop Smoke's as a recording artist. To break down his creative process, share his quirks, and recall the memorable memories, stories of the way. So this was Pop Smoke right here. I remember him doing the sneaker shopping with Complex. So RP to Pop Smoke, man. Gone but not forgotten, man. So last little bit of the live here that we're going to be on. Y'all smash that like button as y'all coming in and out. We're going to talk Drake and PND numbers real quick to close out the live. I know these are first week numbers. I know a lot of people are not big fans of Drake and Party Next Door. And if you're like me, you could also be like, yo, where has Party been, as far as all these other years? And, people are going to say, yo, he's probably just been writing for Drake, this, that, and the third. Who knows? I remember when Party first kind of came out, he was a different sound too. But, it's one of those, he didn't really stay consistent, But now that Drake is in a certain situation with his label, now they're dropping on the label that Party is. They got a distribution deal over with Sony from what I've learned, right? And so pretty much now they're going to probably put music out that way. And like I said, the some sexy songs for you, I actually like it. It survived. I don't regret it. And I still listen to it on the regular. Point blank period. But it says, here are the first week numbers for Drake and Party Next Door. Some sexy songs for you, right? Okay, so I want to cover this real quick, and then we're going to get out of here for like another 5 minutes. It says, Drake officially tied Taylor Swift with the most #1 albums on the Billboard 200 this century. So there you go with Drake right there, still putting up numbers, and even if he got to do it from a different lane. So we got to give respect where respect is due for Drake. Where we are real quick, it says Drake has officially tied with Taylor Swift and Jay-Z for the most #1 albums on the Billboard 200 as a solo artist. Wow, that's crazy. Says the Six God latest album, Some Sexy Songs for You with Party Next Door, debuted on the top Billboard 200 after moving 246 albums equivalent units in its first week, with 25,000 coming from pure album sales. Billboard reports Drake now has a total of 14 #1 albums on the Billboard 200, which ties with Taylor Swift and Jay as the artist with the most chart-topping albums in Billboard 69 years history. This is my thing, though. This is my thing. I thought this was like a collaborative album with him and Party, but I guess with Drake names on it, he still get credit. But I mean, Party gets credit too, but Party ain't dropped as many probably albums and projects as Drake, as we all know. And Party did his thing over there too. He didn't just get carried on the whole album, you know. I want to say Party did his thing too, but you could tell that was still like pretty much Drake. Now that I think about it, did Party do any songs by himself on the album? We know Drake did, you know, for the most part, so we got to give that too. So it says, only the Beatles have more #1s than Drake, Swift, and Hove, with 19 total chart-topping albums. After the trio are Eminem, Future, Bruce Springsteen, Barbra Streisand, and Ye with 11 each. Drake's first #1 came with his debut album, Thank Me Later, which dropped in 2010. One of my favorite albums. I still kind of listen to it to this day. I feel like he just went all in. It was a different vibe back then, something that we just realized what we didn't need at the time, or what we thought. We didn't realize what we needed at the time, but I miss those days, man. I miss those days like that. It says Drizzy's latest #1 came from his 2023 album, Fall for All My Dogs, topped on the Billboard 200 charts. Now, that one I really wasn't too fond of, For All My Dogs, but, you know, I don't think I listened to it, because not all of Drake's songs hit to me. And I will say I've been listening to Drake for so long, sometimes I get a little Drake fatigue. It says his most successful #1 was the 2016 effort, Views, which spent 13 weeks at the top of the charts. My favorite Drake album, I like the Nothing Was the Same joint, his second album. No, what was his third album, right? Because he did Thank Me Later, then he did that like one joint where you had The Weeknd where he thought he was finna sign with them. So pretty much I think that's my favorite. But everybody got their own preference at the end of the day. I'm going to pull it up on my Spotify real quick, just like Drake's like albums real quick. But I know for a fact that's something that one of the albums I like the most is that pretty much the that joint where that one really was my favorite. If I think about it, Thank Me Later was cool, but you know, I didn't like, and I liked it, don't get me wrong, but the Nothing Was the Same joint was my favorite. Take Care was okay because I had that whole Weekend vibe on it. If You're Reading This Too Late, it was cool. And then What a Time to Be Alive, where he did with Future, that was a vibe too, but it didn't last long. That was like that fast food music. And then you got Views, that hit. More Life was okay. The stuff he did with Party, that pretty much Dark Lane demo tapes, it was okay. Then the Certified Lover Boy, that was a hit. That was some bangers. Then he did the joint with Her Loss with 21 Savage. That was okay. For All My Dogs, I listened to some songs on it, but not a lot. And then Honestly Never Mind, I Can Never Get Into. And then after that, you got pretty much Some Sexy Songs for You. So I guess that is kind of his album too, you know. Let me put myself back on the main screen. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this thing up here. But pretty much we will see how this goes. Let me read the last little part of this too. It says where we at. It says Jay, on the other hand, earned his #1 when he dropped his 13th studio album, 444, in 2017, with 262,000 albums equivalent units earned in the first week. You want to know what's funny? I don't even think I listened to the 444 album, right? Even if I look it up, I don't think I've listened to that joint at all. Like, I'm a Jay-Z fan, but I don't know. Like, I feel like he just sticks to being the businessman for me, because it's kind of hard to really get into his music. But and I do like some of his music, but that 444 joint, I don't think I've listened to it. Oh, The story of OJ. So I definitely listened to that, but I wasn't feeling it. Even though Pusha T did a diss over a joint. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's the only one I really caught. I don't think he did a lot of music videos for this either. So you know what I'm saying. But that's the only one I can really. I think that's the only one I listened to was the story of OJ, because I remember like Pusha T did the story of Adidon, right? So pretty much, let me put myself back on the main screen real quick. Should be coming back up on the main screen, but yeah, I mean we still got to give credit where credit is due. Drake is still, in my opinion, one of the GOATs, legends. And no matter how you slice and dice it, you can't take from what he's brought to the game. Whether you want to say he's rapped, singing, or he has like, what am I looking for? Ghost writers. Everybody gets a little bit of inspiration from somewhere, and I'm not trying to pick sides. I did see where J. Cole saying he's supposed to be coming back out. I'm not going to say I'm not going to listen to J. Cole, but he better come out swinging because of how he handled that whole situation. Because reality is, it could have easily should have been, in my opinion, while Kendrick had everybody on his side, Cole should have stayed on Drake's side, and they could have worked it together. You know what I'm saying? But Drake said, F it. You know what I'm saying? You want to bow, respect me, don't want to be a part of it? I'm still going to do what I got to do. So I respect it. At the end of the day, it still was one of the greatest back and forth beefs over hip hop that that's not really going to go anywhere other than certain situations with security and all that, because of people like some overly excited fans per se, right? And I'm going to leave it right there. But other than that, man, I've been on this joint for an hour and 1 minute. I'm going to go ahead and get there and wrap things up here for the night. I had another long day at work. Definitely more content on the way. Definitely smash that like button, sub to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional Tron Hogs, and y'all know I'll be back live again on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. The link should be pinned at the top of the chat, and it's free to sign up. Or, of course, we talk that sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, on feed section, you name it. But I'll see you guys again on Wednesday, man. And, yeah, I am officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die, let I night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die, let I night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember.